When I wake up in the morning, do you know what my first thought is?
The woman in the chair across from Luca recoiled and cocked her head to one side. This was off script, way off script. Luca watched a little rage flash through her face as her eyes narrowed and her brow became severe. A stony resolve replaced it. She pursed her lips and raised an eyebrow, signaling that he was clear to explain himself.
I open my eyes, and I think I've made a huge mistake, said Luca.
He delivered the line deadpan, but with a hint of a smile tugging at the corner of his mouth. There was a long silence after this. Too long, given that they were live on the air. The audience exchanged confused glances with one another. Then, like the first droplets of a building storm, they broke into gentle laughter. It gained force as more and more of the audience reached a consensus that this man had, in fact, made a joke. The host joined in with them, on cue, baring teeth as she laughed under her breath. She was a thin brunette, about his age, but unlike him, she seemed at ease in the thick layers of makeup that a person had to wear for television appearances. It crinkled whenever his skin beneath moved, like a layer of dried lake mud, and itched desperately as he sweated under the stage lights.
Funny, Dr. Yanovic, but there's some truth in humor, isn't there? So we must wonder what makes you say that. Of all the best scientists and pilots and engineers in the world, only a handful were chosen. You are the brightest, the most physically fit, and you are even genetically screened, I understand?
Luca nodded as he spoke.
That bit is exaggerated, but yes. Every crew member underwent a genetic assessment, and all of us have at least one thing in common. We carry a rare genetic marker for increased tolerance to long-term radiation exposure. It's an important predisposition for survival in space.
So what? You're cancer-proof then? Said the host.
Luca laughed.
Not exactly, no, but you won't find it in our families, all the same.
He leaned back in his chair and folded one leg over the other, assuming a relaxed posture.
And you are right to say that. It's the greatest accomplishment I could hope to be a part of. All of us should feel...
Luca looked down at the floor, pretending to search for a word.
Blessed that we were selected. This is the greatest endeavor in human history.
Why do you hold so much regret, then?
She asked, sounding concerned. Her voice suddenly carried more weight. The interview was veering further and further from the script. His handlers would not like that. Luca uncrossed his legs and shifted to the edge of his seat to lean toward the host. She reciprocated, leaning in and closing the gap between them. It created an atmosphere of drama, like a secret was about to be told.
I may not be coming back. That's the part we tend to ignore. We're traveling 600 million kilometers each way. We will be careening toward a distant moon in a plastic bottle strapped to an antimatter reactor. Every moment out there is an opportunity to fail. There is nothing to help us once we are on our way, absolutely nothing. More than death, I'm afraid of making a critical mistake.
The audience was quiet now, somber almost, with their funereal expressions.
Well, when you put it like that, I guess we shouldn't be so jealous, the host said,
as she looked over to the audience. She pulled her lips tight into thin pink lines, curving them upward, and just like that, the mood in the room lightened. Seeing the host smile, the audience smiled in return. Their faces brightened, and they looked happy for the reprieve from gloom.
If all of this is so dangerous, why bother sending people there at all? Couldn't a robot do this job? Haven't we already sent them? She asked.
Luca locked eyes with her.
Yes, we could. And yes, we have, he said.
He gave his response time to sink in, counting to 3 in his head. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.